Hello all and welcome to Crochet Designs. My name is Mary, coming to you with step 10 of our 12-step transition blanket. Get excited. Well, I'm excited. She says, we're on step 10. Now, if you're joining us new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash that button. Smash it. Not too hard. We don't want you breaking your device. Now, subscribe, guys, because we're a busy channel. We've always been busy and we haven't stopped in 7 years or 8 years. How long's it been? Doesn't matter. Today is step 10 of our 12-step transition blanket. Now, we have 2 more steps left after today. Get excited. If you haven't joined us for this blanket, you haven't missed out. I've left a playlist to the blanket, but I've also left each step of our blanket in the description box or the more section down below. Click on those steps. Start from step 1 and work your way up to step 10. It's not that big. Okay, well, it is now. But each step, and this is step 10 by the way, each step has its own section. Now you don't need to change colors. You could have used a plain color, like one color all the way through, because each section is divided by 2 double crochets. So 2 double crochets before the next color, 2 double crochets before the next, and so on. When I say 2 rows of double crochet, not just 2 double crochets. Come on, Mary, you can do this. Step 10 is this gorgeous stitch that you see right here up the top. It does look a little shorter than the previous step because we're not really finished with it. When we come back for step 11, you need to keep your yarn, it's on the other side, hello. You need to keep your yarn attached. When we come back, we're doing 2 more rows, which are not what you see here. 1 row might be, but the second row isn't. So don't go ahead and do it. Just do the information that I've given you at the end of this tutorial. Just complete that information, but don't cut your yarn. Keep your yarn attached, yeah? You will need it for step 11. Now, step 11, we'll be changing over to, and get it ready, guys, because step 10, you're going to fly through. It's very quick. We're changing over to our cream, and that's when things are starting to get exciting. Even though we thought all of these steps were exciting, look at them all. Look at them all. All very exciting steps, right up to step 10, which we are doing today. Then we're going to do our border rounds, which will be even more exciting. So let's worry about step 10, guys. I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Grab your lemon, which is the lighter of the 2 yellows. Head over to the workstation with me and let's complete step 10 of our 12-step transition blanket. Good luck all. Alrighty, guys, where you will be is at the end of your last set. What we need to do here simply is to complete our last double crochet, and we're changing our colours. For those of you not changing colours, just chain 1 and wait for me there. So yarn over your hook into the stitch, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, hold it there, drop your thread, grab your new colour. I've got the lemon out. Gorgeous. The lemon is the lighter of the 2 yellows. Pull the loop through and hold your threads at the back as you usually do. Chain 1. Now I want all colours, if you're using your plain, to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. We're starting and we're doing this whole set using a chain 3 and not the standing double crochet or the stacked single crochet. Now we're just going to pop our stitch marker into the top 2 loops of our stitch. The very top stitch, as we usually do. Turn your work, if I can get it to turn. Sorry, guys. And you're going to do a normal double crochet into every stitch across. Remember, you are already in this stitch with your chains. So double crochet into your first stitch, or I should say your second if you think about it, into your next. However, when we get to those chain spaces, I'll show you what we're going to do. So double crochet into every stitch. And I might pop this on fast until we get to the chain spaces, and off we go. Alrighty, so I have 1 double crochet before the space. Do that double crochet Then when you get to the space, you're going over the space as though you were doing a normal row like that there. So double crochet into the top of your next double crochet, and then double crochet into the next space. Top of the next, and into your next space, top of the next, double crochet, and into your next space, and then you go into your next double crochet. And I'm going to change my yarn after because there's a whole lot of fluff in this yarn for some reason, and double crochet into each stitch all the way across. You guys didn't need to know that. Just keep double crocheting across. Very simple row. Double crochet into every stitch, double crochet over every space. When I say every stitch of your double, we'll do it this way. A double crochet into every double crochet, and a double crochet over every chain space. A double and double crochet, double over the chain space, and so on all the way across. When you get here, what I want you to do, simple, chain 3, turn, do a double crochet into every stitch all the way across, and get to the end of the second row of your double crochets, because you know we always do 2 rows double crochet after every set. All right, so you just need to go double crocheting over your double crochets and your spaces all the way across, chain 3, turn, double crochet all the way back to here. Wait for me there, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Alrighty guys, so here we are at the end of our second double crochet row. You would have done one all the way across, turned and came back and done another row, and then we're going to finalize our last stitch here with a double crochet in that stitch. And now we're going to chain 1, turn our work in the same stitch that you are in. Remember, we're ignoring the chain 1. We're doing a single crochet. Pop your hook in the stitch, pull a loop through, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both those loops, pop your stitch marker in there. Simple. And best part about this row is that's all it is. Single into your very next stitch. You're here, go into the next, there, and the next, and the next, and the next, and so on. Keep doing that all the way across your piece. I'm rushing it because you don't need to see me do that. It's very, very simple stitch. And then we're not going to get down. There we go. Single crochet all the way across. Get to your very last stitch right here. Meet me there once you're done, and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Alrighty guys, so here we are at the end of our single crochet row. Gorgeous. You have 1 stitch left, or I do. Let's pop a single crochet in the stitch with our stitch marker. Remove that stitch marker. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Alright, we're going to obviously ignore our chain 1 as we've been doing all along. We're going to pop a single crochet in the very same stitch that we are in, or the first stitch. Hook in, pull a loop through, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both those loops. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and that's where we're going to pop our stitch marker. Right there. Now, in the same stitch that you are in with your single crochet, you're going to pop 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, like so. And it looks like it's over that way, but now we're going to bring it down. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and single crochet into your 4th stitch. All right, you're skipping the 1, 2, 3 V's, and you're doing a single crochet in that 4th one. Okay, chain 1, 2 and 3, make 3 double crochets. Let's remove that hair, saving some for later. We make 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So in you go with your 1, 2 and 3. And guess what, guys? That is the pattern across this row. Skip 1, 2, 3, single in your 4th. Make sure it's a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 chains and 3 double crochets, all in the same stitch. 2 and 3. Again, skip 1, 2, 3 into your 4th with your single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3 and 3 double crochets. This pattern, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned it yet, is a super easy pattern. And let me show you what it looks like. Gorgeous. It's sometimes known as the sunken granny stitch or the drunken granny stitch. I know, it's a bit weird, but it's sunken because we're sinking it down. Okay, that's why they call it sunken. All right, so your job now is simply that. I'm not going to show you anymore. All you need to remember to do is go 1, 2, 3 into your 4th. You're doing single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Do that all the way across your piece. Meet me at the last 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be around the last 4 stitches there. All right. So I forgot to mention, make sure you still have 129 stitches across. Your pattern will not work if you do not have your 129 stitches across. All right. So go ahead and complete that row now. Meet me back here once you're done and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Alrighty guys, look at that, isn't it divine? I love this stitch. Alright, so I asked you to get to your last 4 stitches. If you don't have 4 stitches left, check that you may have your count right or wrong, whatever the case may be, but you need 1, 2, 3 and your stitch marker 4. Alright, so what we're going to do is pop a single crochet into that final stitch where your stitch marker is, and hold it there for a minute. These next 2 rows we do now is the 2-row repeat for your pattern. So this row we're going to do right now is the first row. And what we're going to do is chain 1, turn our work. It's a bit difficult to turn it now, isn't it, being so big? And what you're going to do here is pop a single crochet in the same stitch you are in. Remember, we're ignoring our chain, yeah? Single crochet in that single crochet like so. Chain 1, 2 and 3. Hold it there. Grab your stitch marker. Like so. You're going to do yet again another chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. This is a very easy row. Okay, in that chain space you're doing a single crochet. Jump straight in the chain space like that and do your normal single crochet. Yeah, and that's what it looks like. Chain 1, 2 and 3, and guess what? Into the chain space. This is the chain 3 that you did before with a single crochet. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Even easier, we're doing the same thing. Single. Chain 1, 2, 3, single. You're going to fly through this row. Chain 1, 2, 3, right there. That's the chain 3 space, single. All right, I don't think I need to show you anymore. Look at that, gorgeous. I want you to do simply that. Chain 3, single into your chain space, chain 3, single chain space, all the way across. Get to your very last set here. Do the second last set, wait for me there, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row. Check it out. Yeah, starting to look good. Okay, so I asked you to get to your second last set there, and you did your single crochet, yes. You chain 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go into the stitch with your stitch marker with your single crochet. Instead of going into the space, you're going into the stitch. It might be too tight. Oh no, here we go. And do your single crochet. Remove your stitch marker. That's the end of the first row repeat. Now we're going to do our second row repeat, and that is chain 1, turn your work, ignore the chain 1, doing your single crochet in that first stitch or the single crochet stitch from your previous row. So do your single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, grab your stitch marker and pop it in that chain 3. And now you are putting 3 double crochets in the same space as our single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, so it looks like it's sticking out a bit. That will fix itself up later. Don't worry, that's normal. That's the nature of the stitch. Oh, nearly knocked the frame down. Come on, Mary, stay focused. All right, from here, what you're going to do is simply the same thing we did down here. We do a single crochet, so we skip our chain 3, and we do a single crochet into the single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Make your cluster set of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then that's pretty much it. Skip 3, single into your single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure if you know where I'm going into, so I'm going to give you a close-up here, and let's try that. You skip your chain 3, and you go into the single crochet from your previous row with a single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. I think you get the picture. Yeah? I think, she says. She's not sure. All right, no, I think you get the picture. Super easy. All you need to do simply is that. Skip your chain 3, single crochet into your single crochet, chain 3, make 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Skip 3, single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Do that all the way across your piece. Get to your very last set right there. Meet me there once you're done and get ready for some instructions. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of our second row repeat. Get excited, we have some instructions in a minute, but before we do, I asked you to do your last set around the second last single crochet there. And from here, you need to do your single crochet into that stitch with your stitch marker. Just one like so. Remove your stitch marker, and I'm just going to pop the stitch marker in here for a minute, like so. Oh, come on, Mary, just split the yarn. You had one instruction. There's one thing to do, Mary, let's go. All right, so what we have now is our pattern. The 2-row repeat you're going to do over and over again for another 2 more sets. Once you do those last 2 sets, meet me back here next month, and I'll give you the dates in a moment. Meet me back here next month and we will continue, believe it or not, using this colour for 1 more row, maybe 2 more rows, but leave it at that for now. They're not the same rows, so don't repeat it. Repeat these 2 rows 2 more times, so you need to do 4 more rows, okay? 1 row of your chain spaces and 1 row of your cluster sets. You need to do that 2 times, so 4 rows altogether. Alrighty guys, I cut you short there because I wanted you to know that yes, you're going to repeat those last 2 rows 2 more times, so you'll need 4 more rows. That's what it'll look like once it's complete, yeah? Don't cut your yarn because we need to do 2 more rows when we come back for step 11. All right, so don't cut your yarn. It's not the 2 rows that you think. one row might be part of the pattern, the next row is different. So don't cut your yarn. You need to do 2 more rows, okay? But in the meantime, I'm glad you enjoyed creating step 10 of our 12-step transition blanket. Meet me back here on Thursday, the 6th of November, and that's the final step, step 11. It's not really the final step, it's the final pattern for the blanket, step 11. And then when you come back in December, we will be doing the final step, which will be our border rounds. And I say rounds because we're not just doing 1, we might do 2. And depending on how much yarn you have left, you can do 3, 4, 5, whatever. You can make your rounds as many rounds as you like. We'll talk about that in step 12. Let's focus on step 11 coming up on the 6th of November, Thursday, the 6th of November. Get excited, guys, because this has been a wonderful annual project. And I'm almost talking like it's finished. It's not, but I do want to thank you for joining us for step 10. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of the blanket, you haven't missed out, check the description box down below for all other parts. Thank you very much for joining us here today at Wow Crochet Designs, doing step 10 of our 12-step transition blanket, our annual project. My name is Mary. This is Wow Crochet Designs, and ciao for now. Try to be good. Bye all.